Hi, this is Dylan Post, and this is my multimodal presentation on terrorism. I feel this is a very relevant topic to talk about in today's society because I feel each one of us should do our own part to help prevent terrorism within our nation. The overview. The field of study, criminal justice. My paper is about the risk of terrorism and anxiety among students. Many of the students initiate precautionary measures. In particular, male students become less suspicious than females in regard to terror attacks. Students often perceive terrorism differently, considering aspects such as past attacks, physically witnessing it, or experiencing it through media channels. This can influence their ability to take precautionary measures or instigate avoidance behaviors. How and why it is relevant. Acts of terrorism are frequently in the world today, such as schools, work environments, and the public. Years ago, when someone has made a comment or threat, it was not taken as serious as it is today. There are a lot of people in the world that have anxiety, depression, and anger issues that have no regard for human life. Hence the reason many people live in fear and uncertainty because of the horrific events that have happened in our country in the past 10 years. People who are suffering from these issues end up harming innocent people. Significant towards the audience. People have to live their lives with the act of terrorism, or have to find ways to prevent it from happening. People do not understand or realize that there is always a potential threat throughout the world today. They need to understand that they are always in danger, no matter the circumstances. No location is 100% safe. There can always be some act of terrorism. In today's society, terrorism has made more people cautious within their surroundings. Having security measures is a must in our society today. Informative claim. This paper aims at elaborating on the perceived risk of terrorism, as well as anxiety among students through investigating from the available literature and studies conducted on the area. Evidence-based articles have proven that poor behavior leads to terrorism. The studies have proven that individuals who are at greater risk of terror attacks are more likely to exhibit avoidance behaviors. The schools help with developing coping skills that can work to increase a person's ability to handle tough situations. First key point. Terrorism is growing and is increasingly becoming common in school environments. Terrorism is a growing phenomenon that is increasingly affecting learning institutions by the emotional stability of students. School-aged children are innocent, and we are often not aware of the events taking place around the world. Considering that students are mostly within their teenage years or have just become young adults, tend to be active and ready to explore the world. This makes them develop a sense of freedom that makes them become more prone to risky behaviors. Terror attacks evoke emotions of anger and fear among students. Second key point. Students are affected psychologically as they develop fears, while those in violent countries have developed post-traumatic stress disorder. Some students in higher learning institutions that were targeted by terrorists would develop a delicate state of fear, anxiety, and alertness, while others would assume that the world is safe and the attack would not be occurring. It is very important for a victim of an attack to seek counseling or other options to recover from the violent acts they have witnessed. This is not an easy task, and it takes someone a long time to recover. Third key point. The government has a lot to do with ensuring the safety of children in school. The most confident students felt that the government was intense and in strengthening the security device to ensure that terror activities do not happen. Most students felt that the government regulations would initiate proper action of safety that would prevent future attacks. Having safety within schools is everyone's responsibility. That includes school administrators, parents, teachers, and students. Call to action. How to prevent terrorism. More cameras in school institutions and throughout the world. Metal detectors at certain doors within the school institutions. Having armed security. Someone monitoring media posts. Having more students aware of suspicious activities, and having schools promote anti-bullying. Everyone should be aware of the people around them and be aware of the suspicious events taking place. Monitoring social media is key in preventing terrorism because it allows higher ranked people to be aware of any inappropriate words or activities being said or observed to others. In this matter, these words and activities need to be taken on a serious level and need to be dealt with harshly. Having armed security is important because it allows people to deter any inappropriate activity. Bringing public awareness alerts everyone to the importance of reporting suspicious behavior.